All right, good evening, everyone. It's time for Learning by Saying again. I'm Jonathan. Today we have a guest speaker. Actually, it's not really guest speaker. Almost every week is Zeng speaking. Okay, so his topic. Okay, let me introduce a bit about our Learning by Saying. This is a platform where we encourage people to share what they have learned from books, seminars, or YouTube. Okay, so his topic. Okay, let me introduce a bit about our Learning by. Okay, so how it goes is that we do have a library of YouTube videos where every week when we do our Learning by Saying, it is uploaded. So you can type Learning by Saying, you will find us there. At the same time, we do have also a Facebook fan page. So you can like us at Learning by Saying, okay? And then you can take action by also enrolling online, so that when you enroll online, right, you will fill in some particulars. So if you would like to share whatever you have learned from reading a book or from a seminar or from viewing a YouTube, it's a 15-minute sharing. So the session is pretty short, and then you can enroll with us via our Facebook, or you can leave us a message on Facebook platform where we encourage people to share what they have learned from books, seminars, or YouTube. Okay, because I'm getting a feedback here, so that's why I paused for a while. So you can leave us a message, email, give us your number. We are here in Singapore time. Give us a number or give us a contact so that we can reach out to you. Also a Facebook fan page. All right. So without further ado, let's put our hands together and welcome Zeng for our speaker today. And his topic is Principle of Zen by the book Way of Zen. Let's put our hands together. Zeng. Okay, so how it works is that we have 10 minutes. When it reaches 8 minutes, I would alert Zeng, and then we have another 5 to 7 minutes of Q&A. All right, so Zeng, please, we hand over the time to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So today the sharing is from the book I read called, the title is Way of Zen. The author is Alan Watts. So first, who is Alan Watts? Very briefly, Alan Watts is the philosopher. This book is written in 1957. 50 years ago, right? So, so right now, actually Zen is very popular in the West. But at that time, it was new. So Alan Watts is considered like so-called the pioneer to introduce Zen or Eastern philosophies like Indian, and Chinese philosophy, Japanese, into the US. So he's set the foundation. And first thing, the main topic I'm talking now is there are two key points, because this book is very long and there are different principles. But two principles I will be sharing is, first is nothing is to gain. Nothing in life is to gain right now. And second one is direct experience, more important, and speak less, use less words. So experience is more important than words or the language. So that's the two main ideas. So the first idea is life. Like as I mentioned, life is good for now, and not for the future is not as much as important as now. So that's why we should live now, not for the future. And let me explain to you why is it so, why life is good now, wherever we are. Okay. The first reason is there are few illusions. First is dualistic illusion. What do I mean by that? For example, we have we think we live in the dualistic world, right? Good and bad, day and night, man and woman, male and female, observer and the observed, right? I'm watching. Let's say I'm I'm watching a YouTube video. So the video is the object and I'm the observer. So those dualistic, right? We think that our world is dualistic. However, in Zen philosophy and also in Taoism philosophy, where Zen is derived, or the root of Zen is saying that actually good and bad is relative. You know, like when we were young, we are told, you know, like fairy tale, you know, good guy, bad guy, very clear cut. But when we grow older, we experience that actually good and bad is kind of relative. It's the same action, sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad, right? And actually good and bad, or you know, the two sides is like two sides of the coins. They are always together, and you cannot have good without bad, or cannot have bad without good, or like the same. You cannot have day without night, or night without day. It means you can have all, every time it's day, no night, something like that, right? So let me give you an example, like a story. There was a story like in ancient Chinese saying that there's a guy who lost the horse. The horse ran to, you know, in the jungle, to the wild. So the neighbor came and like say, oh, pity you lost your, you know, beautiful horse. But then he said, maybe, we don't know. Then the next day the horse came back and bring together with 6 other wild horses. Wow. Then the neighbor come and congratulated him and saying, wow, you are so lucky, right? Then the guy said, maybe, means like, oh, I don't know it's good or bad, right? Then the son, he has a son who actually tried to tame one of the wild horse and try to ride, but then he got the accident. The horse he fell off the horse, and then he's broken his leg. Then the neighbor came, oh, I'm so sad for you, poor your son, his leg broken. Then the guy said, maybe. Then the few weeks later, the army came, and then they want to get the recruit for the army to go to the war, because the son, he got broken leg, and then he's exempted. He doesn't need to go to the war. Then you know, so the moral of story, what's the moral of story? Good and bad, you can see, right? Good events, actually there's a bad thing inside, or bad event that's inside the good. So there's no good and bad clear cut, always exist together. Yeah. The second reason is future never comes. What does it mean? It means it means what we call the relativity of the time. Time is relative. For example, like to an insect, maybe a few days lifespan is as long as few hundred years for the turtle who live a few hundred years. So it's 3 days or 300 years. Actually, it's the same, because it's the life. Because you think 3 days is short, but actually it's as long as 300 years. People think that you can take the example of the relativity of time is like the wave. When we see the wave, we think that water is moving. But actually the water is moving just up and down. Water doesn't move away. So the wave is an illusion that the water is moving. So in the same sense, time is illusion as well. It means we think that we are progressing, you know, time goes by, we change from one another, but actually it's similar. We are living here now, then the next phase is different, totally different phase. Like winter to the spring to summer. It's not winter becomes spring. It's just different. So that's the illusion of the time. And the third reason is self. Self is just a symbolic, it's just an idea. So we have an idea of ourselves, we identify with something about ourselves. For example, maybe like, let me give an example. Like I went to the university, I study engineering. Then I might identify myself as an engineer. I work as an engineer for a while. So if I still identify myself as an engineer, then I won't do something else because it's me. So the self, normally we have a stable like identity, fairly stable. Then we hang on to it. But now actually I'm doing in business, I'm doing sales and marketing. So what is about my idea of engineer, right? So engineer is just an idea. We develop the idea from the history, the experience that we went through in the past. But it doesn't mean that it is our true nature. It means the same like I'm not an engineer, even though I study engineering, but I'm not an engineer, right? I can be marketeer, I can be salesperson, I can be businessman, and so on. Yeah. So self is illusion. Self is illusion as well. It's just a symbolic idea, and it's not permanent. Okay. The second thing we learned, I mentioned, is experience is more important than the words and use less words. The reason why is because when we use word is a language. It's not the real thing. Word is just a description, is a representation of the real things. Let's say I have the word apple. In Vietnamese, it's called what? Quả táo. It's a different thing, right? I mean, but it's talking about the same thing as an apple. And even when we show the picture of apple, it's still not an apple. Because the apple, what you have, you taste the 3D, the skin, if you touch the apple, right? So whatever the word, it's like the map is not the territory. Even the map is not the real thing, not the place. So with this explanation, how can we apply? There are two things. First, live now, not in the future, because time is now. And second, experience is the most important thing. It's the real, like, you know, when you have more experience, we have wisdom. And when you have more words, we read a lot of books, we call knowledge. So experience, real knowledge or real wisdom is from the experience. So collect more experience. Yeah. So that is the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Zeng. Wow, very interesting sharing. This one, I am scratching my head. A lot of questions to ask.
Yeah.
But before I ask any questions, maybe I would like to ask Iskandar. Do you have
Jonathan?
Yes.
Because just now I muted Iskandar. Can you unmute him?
Okay. Hold on.
Because there was the echo from his room.
Okay. I can't unmute him. Maybe you must unmute him. Can you?
I cannot.
Okay, Iskandar, unmute yourself.
Can you unmute yourself?
The power lies now. Experience it. Lies with Iskandar.
Okay. So maybe Iskandar, you can go out and go in.
Hello?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Fantastic, good.
Yes, awesome.
Awesome, Iskandar, you can unmute yourself.
Sorry.
That is fantastic.
Okay.
So maybe would you like to share with us any question? I mean, you can ask any questions, or do you have any question that you would like to ask Zeng pertaining to his sharing earlier on?
Among the one I'm interested is the collect more experience and don't look at the future. Is that what you're supposed to mean?
Yes.
Mr. Duong?
Yes. Yes. How do we apply? Yes. This is a two takeaway. The first one.
So meaning
we live now. Now is more important than future, and we live and enjoy now. Second is experience is more important, or the most important thing is experience. It's a wisdom. It's more than. So that's why we experience more. When we experience more, we are wiser. Not just we read, because we just read the word. Then we still not wise by reading. Yeah, so that's a application.
So meaning that instead you're thinking too much about the future, you better think about what's going on in the front of you. Is it like that,
Wait,
Mr.
there are
Dong?
two things. Oh, you are talking about the point number one. Are you talking about the?
Ah,
There are two different points. Two different.
ah. Okay, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not clear, right? Well, maybe you can say which one is not clear. Can I explain?
Yes. Sorry, Dong. Sometimes there's a loss of, I don't know what, maybe my side on the internet side maybe is slow. That's why a bit hang there.
Okay, understand.
Okay,
But
now-
I do understand what you're trying to say in the message, even in the picture, even the voice.
so you catch Zeng's essence through his eyes.
Okay.
Okay, now let me ask Zeng some questions.
Yes.
Okay, so Zeng, just want to find out from you. I was quite amazed. I'm quite amazed by this sharing, which is quite deep for me.
Yes.
And then I would like to find out also from you that because I've written down this illusion of time, this part is a bit deep.
Okay.
Maybe you would like to help me
Yes.
elaborate more.
Yes. Okay. So as I mentioned, you know I use the wave, right? The ocean and the wave.
Yeah, so let's discuss about the wave. So you are talking about the wave is not moving towards me.
You see, like, okay, now I throw a stone into the lake. Okay, the lake is still. Then I throw the stone. Then there will be the ripple, the wave, right?
Yeah.
Then you think that we think that the water is traveling from the center, traveling outwards. Correct?
Yeah.
In reality, in physics, in reality, the water doesn't travel. The water moves up and down only.
Okay.
Then when the water moves up and down, let's say the stone here, this is the stone. Then the water beside the stone move up and down. And it pull the neighbor water, the neighbor drop, the neighbor water, then pull it up and down. Then in turn it pull the neighbor, like, so it's just the water is pulling because it move up and down. It's pulling the neighbor water to go up and down. So actually all the water is moving up and down. All the water moving up and down at the same place. So water is not moving.
Okay, then the question is, how do we apply it to life?
Okay, so when they explain the time is similar, like everything is now, life is now. It means that today is like now. Today is like this. Like the stone now is now. So stone you throw in the water is now. Then tomorrow is the next one. The day after tomorrow, 2 days later, the next water. Then the next week the water, father. Then next year the water father. So we thought that we are traveling. Through time. But actually, we are here and now. It's the same as water is traveling. Water is just moving here. So today is different from tomorrow. Tomorrow is different from the next day. Because the reason why they say that, because we had a tendency to not living now and to live in the future with the hope that maybe future is better. I suffer now, but I will enjoy future. So the driving force or the motivation to live now is because of the future. But when the future comes, let's say tomorrow I will go for a party. Then I'm so excited, right? For tomorrow, I don't live now. Means, for example, I forget my family. I'm eating with my family, but I'm fantasizing my tomorrow. But when it comes tomorrow in the party, I think to the work the next day. So it's forever is thinking about the future because I think I am moving into the future. But actually it's only now. It's a separate thing. Yeah. So the key idea is that because we think that we are moving toward the future, and we are always hope for the future and looking forward to the future, then we forget that it's now. And the reason is because if we don't enjoy now, if we are not able to enjoy now, we will never be able to enjoy the future when it comes. Because at that time, we'll still be worried about future, more future. The same thing is like, I want to earn $1 million. And when I have $1 million, I will be happy. But when I get 1 million, then I will think about 10 million. Then when I have 10 million, I think of 100 million. When I have 100 million, I think of 1 billion. So that is the always not satisfying with now, here, what we have. Always think of better thing in the future. Or the grass is greener in the other side. You know, this kind of thing. Yeah.
Wow, this one has given me another perspective of life. I've never thought of life in such a manner. The reason why I said so, after you have told me, after you share with me this, or share with us this way of thinking, right? Now I start to understand it's just like building Lego. It's all the while how I want to build something out of the Lego. It's all the time working on the present moment that I consistently build something on the Lego. Example, what you're telling me is that now I try to summarize. I mean, I start to think of it is like, what if the sun is not moving, the earth is not turning, so we won't know what is the time. So
yes.
Basically the whole day is daytime.
Yes.
It's only a matter of the body is getting tired. Then we thought that we need sleep and the time has passed. But in the actual fact, there's basically no time movement. It's
yes.
basically human being movement. So human being movement mean to say like what I'm telling you, let's say the time is not moving, it's only I am moving. It's only when people start to associate with sun, associate with the earth turning, then we start to put time, year, month, all this in place. Then we thought that we are traveling through time. But in the actual fact, we did not move a single bit of time at all. It's just the physical, it means on the spot, every moment is every moment this time.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? So in other words, if I want to build something, example, time is not moving. It's just like all the time is now. I'm just thinking of how to build this something up. Example, I want to create I want to build a skyscraper, a building. Basically, I just need to, example, time is not moving. It's just a lack of the knowledge currently that I have. The lack of the knowledge. I just need to add in more knowledge. So let's not talk about time. It's just like adding knowledge until the point where the skyscraper is being built with all the knowledge that is being needed. Well, I somehow I understand, but I can't really tell you that explain the way how I understand it. But I understand.
Anyway, yeah, you are right. Anyway, this is very deep. That's why Einstein has the theory of relativity.
Oh.
How we can travel, to the past and so on, because that is the time and space is the most deep concept.
So instead of worrying the past, which is absolutely not necessary, we or I should be living in the present and use the maximum of whatever I can to build whatever that I want. Stay focused on the things that I want to build. Don't stray away and keep thinking of the future.
Yes, exactly. And that is the basis of mindful living.
Mindful living.
Yes, it means living now, living here and now. Let me tell you the impact when I have that. Previously, I always think of the future. But when I learn about the mindful living, meaning living now, then I appreciate, like when I'm with my daughter, then I appreciate her. Then I started to notice, the beautiful smile, the playfulness, everything. But previously I never noticed because my mind is living in future. So the benefit of living now is actually enjoying. The same thing when I eat the food. I don't do something else. I just feel the food. Then I enjoy the taste of the food. But if I eat the food, then I watch YouTube. then I don't enjoy the food anymore. I'm at the party, then I worry about the work tomorrow. I don't enjoy the party. So that's the same thing. Yeah. And I find a lot of benefit for me. Mute, you are muted.
Oh yeah. I'm now thinking is that the time is not moving. Only I am moving, just like the water. The water is not traveling. Only it is up and down. That's all.
Yes.
So only I am moving. I thought that the time is moving. I am not moving. The time is not moving. If I'm not learning
Yes.
anything, it's only me staying still. It's not the time moving away. I start to wow, have another perspective of life after this session. Fantastic, man, Zeng.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Iskandar, is there anything else that you would like to ask?
No, it's a very interesting topic actually, because I'm interested how the way of Zen, the topic of what Mr. Duang tried to explain. But
Fantastic. Yeah.
I also believe that the way he said that instead of thinking too much whatever happened in the past, whatever happened in the future, you should think what's in front of you. That is what my opinion is.
Yep.
Okay. So thank you for everyone, and this will wrap up our session for tonight. And stay tuned. Next week we will have a new topic and a new learning from either a new speaker or from Zeng again. All right. So let's give Zeng another round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zeng, and see you everyone.
All right,
Good
thanks.
night. And do remember to subscribe to us, Learning by Saying at YouTube. All right. So just join us and see you next week. Goodbye.
YouTube. All right.
Bye.
Bye.